Pony Fantasy V, Exodus of the Void, by G.M. Blackjack. Chapter 6, The Mountain with the Very Unique Name. Days of walking and flying later, the four mares arrived in the fringe town of Carwale. Beaten, exhausted, dehydrated, and extremely hungry. Rainbow Dash literally charged into the tavern and tossed some gold coins on the counter. "Food! Water! Now!" she said, breathing heavily. The barkeep nodded, bringing out some food which the pirate ate ravenously. Applejack carried Rarity into the tavern, dumping her on a stool and shoving the princess's face into the plate. "You need to eat, Rarity." "Far too weak to move. Mouth." Applejack slapped her, wishing for the umpteenth time they had remembered to bring food from the ship. "You're talking. You can eat." Rarity gave Applejack an indignant look and slowly began to eat, but she groaned as if the act pained her greatly. By the time Applejack had started to eat her meal, stale bread, of course, Pinky had already ordered and eaten 3 full servings. "My goodness, we were dying out there! Wasn't that an adventure? Huh? Applejack sighed. "Pinky, if I can help it, I'm never doing that again." Pinky shrugged. The barkeep looked at the 4 mares, a curious look on his face. "So, what brings you all to Carwale?" "Heading to the Spire Hive, going to visit the water crystal," Applejack responded. "Well," the barkeep shook his head, "you're going to have a problem with that." "Oh?" Rainbow Dash asked. "Yeah, the earthquakes have blocked the mountain pass. So unless you can all grow wings, or have your own personal dragon, you're out of luck since all the boats are grounded." "Grow wings? How on earth would we grow wings?" Applejack asked. Rarity nudged her. "Roughly half of Morphosis's population are changelings, dear. They could easily change form into a Pegasus." The barkeep raised an eyebrow. "From out of kingdom? Interesting. Trotton or Solomane?" "Trotton," Rarity responded. "How'd you get here?" "A drift ship," Rainbow Dash muttered. "Had to fight our way out of a ship graveyard. Sirens suck." She downed her drink. The barkeep nodded. "Well, we can't help you get to Spire Hive. Sorry you journeyed all this way for nothing." "Perhaps not for nothing," Applejack said, rubbing her chin. "You did say a dragon could do it." Rarity rolled her eyes. "Applejack, only the royalty of Morphosis have personal dragons, and I doubt there are any around." Applejack sighed, glancing around the tavern. It was mostly empty, though there was a table of 4 ponies talking amongst themselves. Applejack squinted, trying to see if she could discern if they were changelings or not. She thought not, until one of them copied Applejack's appearance and started chuckling. Applejack huffed, ready to walk out of the tavern. But something made her stop. She saw a piano. Her mind told her one thing. Don't even try it. You're not good at the piano. You heard the racket you made last time. Her body didn't listen to a thing her mind said. She sauntered up to the piano, cracked her hooves, and began to play. What came out sounded like someone was trying to play an actual song, but every single note failed. She grinned sheepishly. "Boo!" her clone said. Applejack growled, marching out of the tavern. Pinky and Rainbow Dash began to giggle. Rarity just sighed as she adjusted her crown. Applejack walked around, trying to simply enjoy the town. Unfortunately, she found herself unable to do this since she knew half the population were changelings, and she simply didn't trust things that deceived with their very appearance. She saw some of them rapidly changing in front of their friends, but she never saw a single changeling in its default form. Then again, she supposed she'd only heard about changelings. Maybe their default form wasn't really some weird bug thing. She tried to stare at the countryside, to become enveloped in the nature, but the discussions she heard behind her kept drawing her focus. You know what, man? I saw a freaking dragon fly overhead towards North Mountain yesterday. No way. Dragons don't come this far. We're doomed. No, it had armor. It was one of the queens. What do you think it was doing? I don't know. It looked like it was flying kinda lopsided, though. Its wing may have been hurt or something. Should we do anything? Nah, just thought it was cool. An idea was forming in Applejack's head. She charged into the tavern. I have a stupid idea, she said. Rarity shook her head. Applejack, it can't be that crazy. I take it back, Applejack. This is a poorly thought out course of action. You want us to climb that? Rarity raised a hoof, gesturing at the tall mountain before them that was blocking the sun. It had a winding path leading up it, snaking away towards the sky. Cliffs, rocks, and wild plants grew all along the spire of earth. It was quite an impressive mountain, to say the least. What's wrong, Princess? Rainbow Dash snarked. Can't climb a mountain? Come on, it'll be good to get the legs pumping. Dashy, Pinky called, you aren't using your legs. Legs, wings, same thing. Do you even understand anatomy, Rainbow Dash? Rarity retorted. I don't know. There was this one time Pinky stuffed a hoof in Rainbow Dash's mouth. I don't think anyone wants to hear about that. Moving on. Applejack nodded. Now, we need to find that dragon, help him, and get him to fly us back to Spire Hive. Simple. All we have to do is scour this mountain for the reptile. That may not even be alive anymore, Rarity muttered. Or even on this mountain for all we know. Well, it's the only idea we have besides Rainbow Dash dragging a raft across the ocean, which we all know is going to end badly. Rarity sighed. Fine. How I wish I could teleport. Rainbow Dash grinned. You can't, but I can fly around. See you ground walkers later. I've got a dragon to look for. She took off, leaving a trail of rainbows in her wake. Pinky and Applejack began to climb up the mountain path, Rarity trotting behind them. How can you not feel like dancing? Pinky asked, bouncing around like mad. Can't you hear the music? What music? Applejack asked. Oh, Pinky deflated. Guess it's just my internal music track. I thought all of you could hear that. No problem, dear, Rarity said. You make it look easy to climb up this impossible towering rock. I wish I had an internal music track. Applejack, do you have one? No, was all the orange pony said. Maybe it's an ale. Pinky shut up when she saw Applejack shoot her a look. Okay then, I'll just dance in silence. And she did, in perfect silence. She didn't even make any noise when she landed on the ground. Somehow. The three mares continued on up the mountain, facing off against some mountain birds occasionally, but for the most part trekking up the rocky face unhindered. The mares were getting a little bored, Rarity included, and when the princess got bored, she got cranky. Are we there yet? No, Applejack responded. When are we going to be there? No idea. Oh heavens, I'm going to die from exhaustion. You walked to Carwale. You were worse off then. But I am simply dying. Oh, that is the most astounding flower I've ever seen. Rarity stopped in her tracks to trot up to a tall, blue-purple flower. She stuffed her muzzle into the petals and sniffed deeply. My word, the smell is simply angelic. I must... She coughed. Must extract the smell and smell like the She coughed again. Princess that I am. Wow, I feel a little dizzy. Applejack rolled her eyes. Maybe the flower's poisonous? Yeah, Rarity said, barely paying Applejack any attention. Maybe it is. Pinky looked closely at Rarity. Rarity? You okay? You seem out of it. I do feel a little lightheaded. She slumped to her knees. Applejack rushed to her. Shoot, it really had been poisonous. Rarity, listen to me. Cure yourself. Use your magic. She tried, her horn glowing faintly, but no magic took shape. She coughed. Sorry, can't do it. Rarity, your upside-down crown is overrated and behind the times. Rarity's eyes flew open. She stood up strong. Why, Applejack, finally you show your true colors. You have no appreciation for fashion. Applejack slapped her. Cast the anti-poison spell! What? Oh, right. Right. She lit her horn up, enveloping herself in a green glow. Her face contorted in mild disgust, and she shook her head. My heavens, that was unpleasant. My mind felt like it was being turned to pudding. You're welcome, Applejack said. One question. You are supposed to be the spirit of honesty, right? Yup. Was that remark about my crown only intended to wake me up, or was it truthful? Applejack began to sweat, glancing at Pinky, as if looking for a way out. Pinky just shrugged. Yes. Rarity opened her mouth to respond, shut it, and then considered the unhelpful nature of that response. Applejack trotted on ahead before the conversation could continue. Minutes later, Rarity gasped, rushing ahead. She picked up a necklace with a crescent pendant on it. Mother's necklace! She exclaimed. She was here! Before Applejack and Pinky could catch up or ask her about the Queen, a dart came flying out of nowhere and hit Rarity in the neck. Her eyes went into her skull, and she passed out. Oh, what do we have here? A tall yellow stallion said as he came out from behind a rock. Princess of Trotton? Wasn't expecting that, but I'll take it. You leave her alone! Applejack yelled, ready to drive a sword into the stallion's skull. But she didn't get the chance. At that moment, the North Mountain decided it was time to have an earthquake. A rock shelf slid away, leaving a gap between Rarity and her friends. The stallion chuckled. Well, just your luck. You can't get to me. Oh, this is just the best thing. Suddenly, Pinky was behind him. Peekaboo, she said, blowing him into a rock with wind magic. And you just got served. The stallion stood up, looking down on Pinky. Earth Pony Mage? I'm honored. We're so rare. We? Pinky said, confused for a moment. Yes, we. The stallion raised a hoof, and Pinky suddenly couldn't see. Name's Mr. Cake. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Pink One. I can't see! Pinky yelled, looking as if she was going to panic. Then she grinned. Oh well, guess I'll just have to make do. Nice trick, but I can still blow you off this mountain. You might blow off your friend, Mr. Cake observed, but by all means, go ahead. Pinky twitched, flinging out with her hooves, unable to make contact with anything. Oh, come on! You were right there! I heard you! I moved, Mr. Cake said, triggering Pinky to attack once more. He dodged effortlessly. Pinky began to get a little mad. Admit it, you can't beat me. I haven't even started actually attacking you. He was shut up as a blast of rainbow crashed into him at high speed. Rainbow Dash flapped her wings, sending bullets of fire at Mr. Cake, lighting his coat on fire. The stallion put out the fire quickly, though he was obviously injured from the tackle. He held his chest and gaped. Did not see you coming. Yeah? There's more where that came from, Rainbow Dash said, lighting her wings up with a yellowish color. Honey, Mr. Cake called, need some help. A stout blue earth pony mare came from seemingly nowhere, breaking a boulder over Pinky's head. Hey, that tickles! Miss Cake stared in belief. She didn't feel that. She's a mage, Mr. Cake responded, but she's blind right now, so she's out of the picture for Rainbow Dash flapped her wings, sending electricity through the bodies of both cakes. Then she tackled Miss Cake to the ground, only to find that the mare was really, really strong. Don't you know it's not nice to tackle your elders? Nope, Rainbow Dash grunted. I'm a pirate. Forget elders. She flapped her wings, scorching Miss Cake with fire. She seemed not to care, and was content with smashing Rainbow Dash's head into the ground. Rainbow Dash twisted so her wings were out, and began to flap, lifting the two of them into the air. Mr. Cake was about to help his wife when Pinky finally connected her hoof with his face. Gotcha, she said, landing several more blows on him. Combo! He grunted, ready to fight back, but he realized with fear that Rainbow Dash and his wife were now floating over the side of the mountain. Honey, he yelled. I got this, Miss Cake said. Rainbow Dash huffed, lighting her wings up with a strange white light. Sleep, she said, and Miss Cake did just that. She went limp and fell off the mountain. Honey! Mr. Cake yelled, rushing to the edge of the mountain. In his emotional state, he didn't realize that Pinky had recovered from the blindness spell. She kicked him in the rear, knocking him off the mountain as well. Unlike his wife, he screamed as he went down, until he hit the ground with a thump. Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie looked down the mountain. They frowned. Hey! Applejack yelled. Did y'all forget about me? Yup, Rainbow Dash said, turning to look at her. Now, the dragon's just up ahead. He needs Rarity's healing. I found him almost half an hour ago. Been spending all this time looking for you. Ponies are little. Pinky snickered at this. Rarity decided to use this opportunity to wake up. Dears? What happened? Bounty hunters, was all Applejack said. Oh. Rainbow Dash led the mares to a grove filled with poisonous flowers. In the center of it was a red dragon covered in deep green armor. His wing was obviously broken, and he seemed a little out of it, presumably due to the poison flowers. Rarity, do your thing, Applejack said. Rarity complied, healing the dragon with bursts of magical energy. The dragon grumbled, flexing his now healed, but still sore, wing. He yawned, turning to look at the 4 ponies before him. Rarity smiled. So, Mr. Dragon, we need your help. Why in Chrysalis' name would I help you? Rarity blinked. We just saved your life? And that was a pretty namby-pamby thing for you to do, now wasn't it? Rainbow Dash's jaw dropped. Garble? Garble lifted his head, glaring at the Pegasus. Oh, you. Rainbow Crash. Long time no see. How's Spike? None of your business, Scalehead. Garble grunted. Well, I hope I never see you losers again. Bye. He flapped his great wings, taking off into the air. Rainbow Dash was not having any of that. She flew into the air above him and blasted him with dozens of ice shards, kicking his limbs in frost. How are you? Garble began, but he didn't get to finish. Pinky appeared on his back and socked him in the head, making him lose concentration. He crashed back down into the mountain. Applejack walked up to him. Well, we tried the easy way. Now the hard way. Help us, or we don't let you leave. Garble grunted. What do you want my help with? We need transport to Morphosis, and you can carry 3 ponies, Applejack stated. Garble looked back at Rainbow Dash and Pinky, both of whom were aggressively glaring at him. He sighed. Fine, get on. But after you get there, I'm done with you. Got it? Wouldn't have it any other way, Rainbow Dash muttered. Pinky and Rarity climbed onto Garble's back, and he began to take off. Applejack was about to ask why they were taking off without her when she was grabbed by Garble's claws. Her eyes widened as the ground fell out from beneath her. She had forgotten that she was afraid of heights. And they left behind the North Mountain, that mountain with a very unique name. Well, apparently they are perfectly willing to kill sapient creatures, which probably I shouldn't have been so surprised by. I mean, there's the bit with the goblins, and they already mentioned the pirates. They thought they were going to kill them. The pirates were going to kill these guys, not the other way around, but still. But, well, this is the first time that a fully, obviously thinking and speaking creature actually they killed. Knocked them off a mountain. Whee! Splat! I mean, I'm not saying it was a bad thing. I perfectly agree. Probably would have done it myself in the same circumstances. But, well, they did it. Yep. Anyway, thank you all for listening. I hope you have had a pleasant time and continue to enjoy these recordings I make. Goodbye, everyone. Have a pleasant day.